Welcome to the channel, guys. Let's just talk trucks for a minute. There's my 2018 F-150 with the 3.5 EcoBoost, and here is my 2019 F-150 2.7 EcoBoost. And we've been doing towing tests and finding that these EcoBoosts are really efficient when towing, particularly the 2.7. The 3.5 is about an MPG behind it, and a lot of people have said that it's not efficient towing because when you see them doing their test, they're hard on the pedal. So if you drive the EcoBoost while towing, if you drive slow, it is efficient. But let's just talk about trucks. Here's our Super Duty, our 19 Super Duty. It's got the 6.2 V8. And what's really amazing about all the tests that I've been doing lately is the fact that the 2.7 is so efficient. We just did a test where we were towing our dump trailer that we have right here with the 2.7 liter EcoBoost, and the trailer itself weighs 4,000 pounds. The truck itself probably weighs about 4,500 pounds. I don't know off the top of my head how heavy it is, but probably close to 5,000 pounds, 4,500, around there. And what's really amazing about doing the towing test with this dump trailer and the 2.7 liter EcoBoost, also the 3.5 EcoBoost did well, but I was able to get 17 miles to the gallon while towing, and that's pretty much city. I don't think it would be better on the highway. I think that just with the gearing that you have with the 2.7, it has a 3.55 gear. It does well in the city. I think that's amazing considering with our Super Duty, you can't get 17 to the gallon empty. Like, it's not something that you can do. It's not even an option. Empty, unloaded. The truck itself, I think, weighs, I want to say 6,000 pounds. And it can't return 17 to the gallon with the 6.2 V8. Now, the 2.7 is getting 17 plus to the gallon with significantly more weight. You know, trailer, more axles, worse aerodynamics, and it can get better MPG than the Super Duty unloaded. That's amazing. And what really gets me thinking is, why can't the 2.7 or something similar, maybe the 3.5, maybe the 2.7, whatever, why can't a platform like that be beefed up in order to survive life in a Super Duty? It has enough torque and power. Really, the 2.7 and the 6.2, towing wise, they feel pretty similar. The 3.5 feels just like a beast. Like the 3.5, if you could get the power of the 3.5, it's 100% worth the 1 MPG that you lose compared to like the 2.7. So why can't one of those platforms be built robust enough to survive life in a Super Duty? Now, I pulled out one of my lawnmowers here because I want to show you guys something on this mower, and I think the argument to why you'll never really see an EcoBoost in a Super Duty would have to be the idea that that engine, a V6 engine or EcoBoost engine, would not survive the abuse of a Super Duty. And that might be true, it might not be true, I don't know. But the savings alone, when you're working a vehicle and you're burning tanks of gas, tank of fuel, if you're saving that fuel, it could be worth it. This is our lawnmower. It's a Ferris Z3X, and what's interesting and why I'm showing you this is some of the technology that's on this that could potentially make an engine like an EcoBoost more robust, more something that can last a little bit longer. This has a system called Oil Guard on it, and essentially, instead of this engine having 2 quarts of oil, it has 6 quarts of oil, and the oil's carried externally in this metal housings, which also keeps the oil cooler. And all of your filter, you check the oil like this. Oh, messy, didn't mean to do that, but you check the oil like that, and it has a huge filter that goes right here, and it also comes factory filled with 15W50 full synthetic oil. So, I think that engine like the EcoBoost could be built a bit stronger to survive life in a Super Duty. I think the crankshaft of the 3.5 EcoBoost is strong enough. I think the connecting rods of the 3.5 are strong enough. Now, the one thing that could be better is they could increase the oil capacity a little bit just to make it run a little bit cooler. And the cooling system, the Super Duty cooling system is pretty robust, but if you had the power density of the 2.7, the torque of the 3.5, and the water-cooled exhaust manifolds of the 2.7 all in one, the displacement of the 3.5, the water-cooled exhaust manifolds of the 2.7, you increase the oil capacity, and you go all forged internals, I don't see why an EcoBoost wouldn't survive life in a Super Duty, and the fuel savings would be pretty substantial. You'd be able to burn gas, where there's advantages to burning gas compared to diesel fuel. It's a simpler design, still simpler than a diesel. You can run full synthetics, synthetic oils, and you can bump the oil weight up. I think 20W50 is heavy. That's perfect for a air-cooled engine. But why not do like a 10W40 or a 5W40 oil and an EcoBoost and beef it up, increase the capacity, increase the coolant capacity, increase the oil capacities? I think it would work. Now, I want to show you guys a different mower, and this mower is only 20 horsepower. It's a Kawasaki. It's not that big of an engine, but when you put into perspective that since 2016, this mower has been working day in and day out all summer, it's been burning more fuel than the truck itself that tows the trailer. So it hasn't blown up yet. It's not built as good as a car engine. It's a carbureted engine, so the wear inside the cylinders is a lot higher on a carbureted engine compared to a fuel injected, multi-port fuel injected, or direct injected engine. The cylinder wear is way higher. It's air cooled, so the wear inside the cylinder is way higher, but it still runs. It doesn't really burn oil. It doesn't really have any negative effects because you've worked it hard, because it's been worked hard, and it only has 2 cylinders. This engine goes under extreme load constantly. I mean, to the full extent. Like, it's under the full load. When the blades hit the grass, you can hear that the engine's working. Compared to a car or a truck, that engine in a car or a truck is never under as much load, unless even if you're plowing snow, you're not under as much load. This engine's under so much stress that it will stall out. Like, if you're doing overgrown grass, there's been times where it's stalled out and you just start it back up and keep going. Now, keep in mind, yes, this is a full commercial machine, but fundamentally it's still an engine. Yes, it has good components, but it's still an engine. It's not all forged, I don't think, like a vehicle, like a car engine can be. But the point is, you're under that load, and it doesn't mean that the engine's not gonna live or survive. Now, take a EcoBoost engine, a 2.7, a 3.5, whatever. They have enough power. They are efficient. They are efficient when towing. From the tests I've done, I know a lot of people have done other tests and say that they're not efficient while towing, but trust me, they are if you drive normally. Now, if you get on the power, they're not. But even while towing, if you drive conservatively, if you're driving safe, which is pretty much how you should be driving while towing, there is enough power and they are efficient. So just by simply taking the oils to the next level, maybe not running a 5W30, maybe that new high protection full synthetic 5W40 oil, which gives you the winter weight, the flow of the 5, and then the 40, the protection of a heavier oil. I'm even interested in trying a 5W40 oil just in my mowers and maybe even my truck, just to see, if it would be good. I know it's not good to go outside of the viscosity, but I'm really curious. I want to do some research on what oil that is. How thick is it? Is it too thick? But I would put it in a mower any day of the week. I'm not worried about the mower. So I'm definitely gonna try it. I'm definitely gonna try a 5W40 full synthetic in this mower. It's already worn in. It's already ready for maybe something a little bit heavier. This normally calls for 5W30, but I'll try a 5W40. No big deal. But I think it would be interesting to see that from Ford. I know Ford's not thinking about it. One big issue with putting an EcoBoost in a Super Duty would be marketing. How do you sell it? How do you sell a V6 in a Super Duty? That's one big hurdle. Maybe cost. I know the 6.2 is cheap to build. The 7.3 is even cheaper to build. But I would make an argument that a 3.5 EcoBoost, if it could handle the abuse of being in a Super Duty, now I think it would outperform the 7.3. Now, would it survive life in like a 550 and like a 650, things like that? I don't know. But a 250, yes. A 350 single rear wheel, yes. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. I gotta get going. See you guys in the next one. Hope you guys are doing well, and comment below. Thanks a lot. Bye.